We're here live on the 802 in our creative corner with artist Tim Wood from East Dover and of Tim Wood Art. Tim, thank you for coming, and tell us how you got started in art.
Actually, as a kid, I never really did much drawing or anything like that. And as a young adult, I kind of had this this epiphany about letting myself just do art and kind of getting rid of the no, the I can't. And because what I realized was that each individual stroke is just that, it's just a line. So that kind of freed me up to do whatever I really wanted, And once I was able to kind of shut down the no, the I can't, I was really able to start to really paint really quickly. And so this one here is like one of my third piece. I think it was the third piece I did after learning watercolor. So I kind of gained ground quickly as long as I was able to shut down that negative tone in my head. So
that's so interesting, because I feel like one would assume that you would need to be trained and have mentors and take classes, and it's interesting that you're able to do it on your own and just come from within,
Right. Well, I think now more than ever, like with YouTube and everything like that, with all these instructions, it really is just about learning materials and how to utilize them. And really, if you have the desire to do it, the information is out there for free. And now even more so than when I was trying to learn, it's very easy. And I think that applies to everything, like fixing stuff and whatever too. Well,
speaking of fixing stuff, you have a lot of different mediums that you work with, a lot of different projects.
Right. So I don't put any limitations on what I'd consider, my creative self. So, this guitar here is an example of that. And I also have, I work on a motorcycle that I'm building, and I consider that also an artistic endeavor. And there's all kinds of different things that I do. And it keeps me from getting bored, with just kind of doing the local landscapes, which I love. I love doing, I love living here in Vermont. And I like to document that, and a lot of the New England stuff too.
When we first met you, it was a couple years ago, you were involved in the community art projects, and you painted this beautiful scape on a toboggan, right? And then the saw blades as well, they were incredible. Right.
Yeah, the toboggan was fun. That was a 6-foot toboggan. And, oh, there it is, yeah. It was pretty unwieldy on the easel when I was working on it, but so much fun. Actually, this was how I told them what I was going to do. So that was the scene, very, very lightly sketched out, and that's what I gave them to describe what I was going to do. And it was so, I had so much fun with that, with all the community arts projects that I've done, and both times I kind of dragged my feet getting into it, and I probably shouldn't have. Yeah, that's the one I did.
Well, we're so glad you did, because they really turned out incredible. Yeah. So how do you end up making something like this look so lifelike?
Okay, this one actually, this is Brattleboro. In approximately the 1940s, I went to the Historical Society and kind of just went over a lot of their photographs of back in the day, and this was one that really stuck out, this photograph. So I took a digital copy of it, and I colorized it But I used that as my template for the painting, and then I tried to put in cars that I thought fit in that era. I probably didn't do a great job in getting them.
No, you did. Incredible.
Well, I do worry about having a correct car in the correct time, in the correct place. So a lot of times I'll spend a lot of time researching these very tiny details about a painting to make sure that it's correctly placed, and it's not out of place.
Yeah, it's historically correct.
Historically
correct. Yeah. And also, so we were talking before about your seascapes. So you don't just do Vermont landscapes, you do seascapes as well.
Right. A lot of those are from Massachusetts. I go down to Provincetown on the Cape a lot, and I go to New Bedford, and they're very calming scenes for me, and I just love the sea. I do some night scenes with that. And
well, if people want to see those art pieces, they can go to your website, correct? You don't have a gallery, but you do have a website that showcases all of your pieces, which is what? timwoodarts.com. Don't forget the S after art. Don't forget the S. And also, they can follow you on your social media.
Right. I'm Instagram. I am Vermont Night Painter. Write that all out. And then Tim Wood Art on Facebook. You can also just follow me on Facebook, Timothy Wood. If you can, I'm sure there's a bunch, but anyways, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And
well, thank you for coming, Tim. Your pieces are amazing, and you're an inspiration, for all those people that are out there saying they can't, say you can.
Totally.
Stay tuned, more to come live on the 802.